Your mics are muted, so you can't possibly speak. But if you give a thumbs up, I will hear that. Okay, I will see that. So without wasting much of our time, I think we should start because I'm hoping to build a website within the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes at max, then possibly leave here by 8:30 or 8:45 at max. All right. So that being said, I think we should start. So first of all, what I want to do is to show you guys some websites I've worked with using AI, right? So I'll quickly show you guys some websites I've worked with or I've worked on, sorry, using AI. So I think okay, let me start with this. So let me start with the very least one, the last one, which is okay, where is this? So I'm trying to look for the particular screen I just shared. Okay, so this is the last because the thing there is you guys are currently in group two, right? So we have group one, we have group two, we have the UK group, right? The group one has done their webinar. Yes, and today is group two webinar and tomorrow is UK webinar, right? So at the very end, the three sets are joining the same boot camp, right? Both you in Nigeria, people in UK, everybody is joining the same master class. But that being said, at our last class, like I will still do in this particular class now, I asked anyone that has a business should quickly drop details about their business such that we could build a website for them, right? So that being said, someone quickly dropped this evolving digital, and in the last cohort, we were able to build for her a website. So this is it. This is it, right? You can see how professional the website is, right? Showing you Google Map, um, contact us, things like that. Professional website, a professional landing page, right? As at this evening, I was trying to log into my main Lovable account because we are using Lovable to build the website. I don't know why it's bouncing me off. You can see this. If not, I would have shown you guys a project I was also working on. But beyond this one that we did for the live class, I also have other projects that we have used this same method. So we have used this same method to build. Take for instance this particular one. This is an e-commerce website, right? It's an e-commerce project. So in this e-commerce project, it has login. This was a project we did during our main cohort, and we had to even integrate payment on this particular project, right? You can log in, you can add to carts, things like that, right? Then this is a project that I gifted someone, right? The person is actually into education and all that. So this is a project I gifted someone. This is a professional website. So when we are saying you can build a website, at the end of this cohort, you see that, or at the end of this seminar, you see that you can build the website without writing a single line of code, right? This is a project. This project is supposed to be going live by February at max, right? Change makers is actually a client's work. And sorry, let me share this screen. This is it. This is actually client's work, right? The person is actually in Canada. The person that paid for this project, but it's someone that has worked with over the time, and doing for him that particular project was not much of a big deal. So what he paid was quite small, but for someone it might be big. But it was above 500 for this particular project you're seeing, these chain makers, because it's not just a landing page, and everything was done with AI. But that aside, then this is also another client job we are working on. Why it has not been completed yet is because this involves anything. If you know what anything is, it's more of an automation tool, right? It's used for automation. So this particular project you are seeing will run on the back end, right? So that being said, like I said, just few minutes to the class, I realized that share this instead, that I'm unable to log into my main Lovable account, right? I don't know why they are blocking me access this evening. Like I say, village people. Okay. But notwithstanding, I think what I may end up doing is to I have a second account with them. So what I want to do is to share my window instead. Let me see if I can share my entire window or entire screen. Okay, yes. Let me share my entire screen. I don't know how this will look, but can you see my screen? Can you hear my voice? If you can still see my screen, give a thumbs up. Okay. So what I want to do now is to move into another account. I believe you can still see my screen. Um, Now, this cohort I'm going to teach you guys, or this current projection we're going to do, is how to use Lovable to, build a professional website, right? But beyond Lovable, we're still going to teach you guys how to build, other professional tools. Take, for instance, this is a project. Can you see this project? Optimum Tutor. This project is supposed to be going live this week, right? It was done using an AI tool, right? You can see I was vibe coding here, right? I was vibe coding here. These are my chats with the AI. There's nothing hidden about it, right? And the AI was, doing the work. So what I want to quickly do now is to use my second account, right? So I believe you can see. So you can see that these are actual projects. This is a live account. Like this is my second account, right? You can see it has um live projects on it, right? It has actual live projects on it. I've transferred the repository already. So that being said, we are going to work on a new project such that you see how it works. So working on a new project, because currently I'm sharing my window because of the Lovable stuff, I can't possibly see your reactions, right? So I'll just be going on and off. 1 minute. So I'll just be coming back here to make sure that we all are in the same page, right? Is that fine? Okay, let me unmute everyone so that if you are not understanding what I'm saying, where do I unmute you guys? Sorry, 1 minute. Um, screen. Try to unmute your mic, please, if it's going to work. Try to unmute your mic, please. It's not working. Mm, Sorry, let me come back fully to this and check it out. Post management, share your screen, send reaction. Okay, I've seen it. So try unmuting your mic now. You should be able to unmute your mic, right? But please, as much as you can unmute your mic, do your very best to keep it muted. So only talk when you can or when you find it needful, right? So I'll go back and share my windows again. Okay. Let me share my entire screen again. I think that might be way easier to manage, right? So that being said, what we want to do now is to dive into Lovable, right? So when it has to do with building website with AI, there are several tools you can build your website, but I wouldn't want this class. We're already 13 minutes behind. So how do I build? When I'm talking about building websites, right? I'm not saying like building BB websites. I'm not saying, if you look at my screen here, you can see something called Caprover. This is like a private server that I'm hosting. If you look at here, this is MongoDB something, right? I'm talking about building, professional websites. So what you're going to do is, when you want to build a website, let's go to Gemini, right? Let's go to Gemini. So for now, we are using Gemini, right? Or let me say I am using Gemini, right? For you, it could be ChatGTP, right? It could be anything. Now, get something. Do you know you can actually build a website with Gemini? Yes, you can. Like, you can build a front end with Gemini, but the honest truth is, it's not going to be as fantastic as what you build with Lovable, right? Now, Lovable might be credit intensive, Gemini might be way cheap, but there's this thing about synergy, combining both or combining all possible AIs. The AI currently I'm using over here to write code is different from Lovable, right? It's totally different from Lovable, right? Like totally different from Lovable. So what I usually do in my live classes, like webinars like this, is I don't just come and tell you guys copy something, paste, and it's looking as if it's working, right? So I'll return back to this call now for the last time. If you have a business, if anyone has a business, like you have a business, a website, or you have a business name, right? Tell us details about your business. Let's use it and build a website. I don't know if that makes sense. So just tell us details about your business, right? I'm looking at the chat box. The first person that goes, just type here the name of your business. What's the business all about? As short as possible. We'll use that to build a website, please. Did you guys hear what I said? Um, Local lead media. Okay. Local lead media. What's local lead media is all about? Are you guys into advertising? Are you guys into marketing? What do you guys do? Right? Just type on the chat box, please. Let's treat you as a client. I want to understand the sector you are in. Local lead media, is it like a photography agency? What do you guys do? Is an SEO optimization platform. Excluding from the SEO optimization platform, what other services do you guys do? Or that's the only service you render? Please, can you be fast with your typing? Time is. What else do you guys do? Anyway, please, someone else that has more details about their business, can they post something here? Okay, render website. Don't be afraid to say you render website design. It's not okay. Okay, let's just say these are the two services he's willing to share on this call, right? It's not my fault he's not willing to give up more details. So I'll be working with this what was it called? Two services, assumably, right? That these are the things he does, right? So now, when I say we want to build a website with Gemini, I believe you can see this. Someone can unmute their mic and say they can see this current screen, please. Can you see my Gemini?
Yes, I can see your Gemini.
Okay, perfect. So now let's say we want to build a website for this client. So these are the things that this client gave me, you know. So now we need to write a prompt that we will. Now we can actually go to Lovable or go to any of the AIs and say, build me a website. This is my, business detail. But for me, it doesn't make sense, right? If this was a client, what I would have done was to research first, because but this is a live class. I can't possibly come and start doing that. I'll ask myself, what is SEO optimization? That's the first thing I'll do. I'll know more what SEO optimization is. I'll ask myself, what does website design mean? I'll know what it means, right? But let's assume that we don't want to go into those research and just because of time, um, build a website based on this, right? So what I usually do is I'm trying to generate a prompt that I will use for my actual production work, right? So this like I don't know how I will just assume that you are not technically inclined like Alex, right? Who knows how to build website and mobile app before AI came into the picture, right? So you are not that technical. You don't know how to write code, but you know how to read and write. You know how to do English. But even if you don't know how to read and write, trust me, that's not an issue because even me, I don't even know how to spell, right? But what can you possibly? You can use your voice chat and just voice to the AI. The AI will give you the prompt, give it to the client. It's just as smart as that. So you don't really have an excuse, right? So what I would tell this AI now is um take a role. Now, one of the things we are going to teach you guys is prompt engineering. When we are teaching you prompt engineering, which is supposed to be your first class, we'll make you understand something that when you are interacting with an AI, there are principles. There are things called role, context, right? Specification, standard. So all these are kind of principles that help you interact better with the AI, like makes the AI, understand better, right? For instance, if you are building a website, you can chat with AI like this. But if you are doing something like image generation, right? You don't, if you do this, it will work. But in image generation, we use things like this. Open, what was it called? Opening and closing, right? We use things like this, like we use what we call JSON prompt styling, right? But that's not what we are doing. We're not doing image, we are doing what website what creation. So what I would say the area is take a role as a senior, sorry, my okay, see senior um senior software engineer, engineer, comma, who wants to build a professional website for a client. Right now, because this guy did not give me what's it called more details about his business, right? It's most likely that this thing is going to end up being a landing page. What is a landing page? It means just a single page, website. But if I thought he gave me details, like let's say you want the website to be www.localleadsmedia, right, .com, and you want to have things like forward slash development, forward slash marketing, forward slash, you can just tell the AI all about that, right? You can tell the AI all about that, and it's going to do it. So now he didn't even tell us what is his professional color. So the details he gave us is sorry, do you have a what's it called? Do you have a brand color? Okay, I'm seeing what he just wrote now. We also help local businesses get more visibility on Google. Do you have a professional color? Do you have a corporate color, please? If you do,
Yes, I do. Good
what are
evening.
your
Good evening.
you say?
Okay, I said good evening. The professional color is navy blue.
Just navy blue.
Yeah, just navy
Okay.
blue.
Wow. Now this is where what was it called? Oh God, how do I do this? This kind of client now, when they tell me navy blue cannot possibly be just you can't build a website and it's just navy blue, right? So let's just go back to the chatting. The details are this kind of client. Now you will need to do extra research just for them. Extra research in the sense that you might need to go and look for a picture that has different shades of blue, right? You give it to the AI, you give it to an AI, ask it to extract this color. Look at what I'm saying. You can come and type colors that go with a navy blue. You just go to your images. Colors are these people. Look at this is looking nice. This particular one is looking nice. So I'll just screen grab it and bring it here, crop it. So this is just the thing. This is more like the details he's bringing is quite small, right? So it means that if this happens to be a real client, bro, you have to do extra research, right? You have to do extra research just for that client. So let's copy this, right? And let me crop and save it somewhere. Crop. Done. So I've saved that, right? Let's assume that those are the colors we are going to use. Let's come back to this, right? So take a role as a senior software engineer who wants to build a professional website for a client. Now, when you are talking to AI, most times you might need to put these curly brackets, right? You are asking the AI to take note of that. A client whose business name is, comma, whose business, sorry, name is, right? Then you now say something like, name is and these are his services. Now, these are his services. You can put it on a bracket just to make the AI pay attention to it, or you put it on this box, this stuff, right? Just to make the AI pay attention to it. Then I think he said something again. Sorry, let me go back to Google Meet and copy something you said last. There was something else you posted. Something about helping local businesses. Let me copy this and come back.
Yes. Okay. It's about helping local businesses get visibility on the Google map.
We help local businesses also get more visibility on Google Map. Yes, right. So these are the three
Yeah.
services that the client gave me, right? We render this, right? Now, you say, take a role as a senior software engineer, right? Who wants to build a professional website for a client whose business name is this. His services is this, and this, right? Comma. I need you to write a structured prompt which I will give my AI builder to build the website. So now take note of this. I need you to write a structured, this is supposed to be structured prompt. I need you to write a structured prompt which I will give to my AI builder to build the website, right? This is one thing you need, right? to take note of. But now we just mentioned his services, his name, right? You also need to ask the AI. You can come here because he didn't give us much details. You can come here and say, beyond this, need you to add other relevant details to make the website standard. So to make the website standard, like, say something like heroes page, hero section, comma, vision, mission, teams, projects. Because now you are thinking for the client. Projects here, if he's helping businesses, right? Projects. So you are trying to elaborate beyond what he's saying. This is where there is work, right? If you need a web, if like I said before, if you need it to have forward slash like subdomains, right, or sub pages, this is where you do all those things, right? Use the address, use this address. Now, why am I doing all these things? Is because these are the details that the client's supposed to give you, right? But some clients, like we currently have now, will just say, oh, think for me, do it for me, blah blah blah, right? They didn't even want to go far and all that. So address, use this address. Which address will I put now? 20 20 Brown Street, PwC. Okay, so let's just use this address. The address does not actually exist, or we can use an actual address so that you will see how it looks like in Google Maps. So let's use something like 104 Douglas Road, Owerri. Yes, let's use that. This is an actual address, right? So the basic thing you are trying to do here is, right? You are just trying to put it in here and ask it to give you a structured prompt. Now, when you are done, this is what I usually do. I'll tell the AI, I need, or just make it very simple. Put your response in Canvas. So what does that mean? Put your response in Canvas simply means just turn this on. When you click on this, you'll see that something like a page that will help you. This is what I mean by Canvas. Put your response in Canvas. So you see that the what is it called? The AI has done this, right? Now, remember something that what's it called? The client said that his color is navy blue, of which we went to Google. We looked for colors that go with navy blue, right? If you can still see me at this point, right, just say hello or something so that we know you're still on the call, so I don't have to go back to the Google Meet.
Hello.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so now remember we took color, right? And that's what he said, that the client just gave us navy blue, but you can't build a website with total navy blue, and you can also build a website allowing the AI to make the decision on what was it called, the color, right? The color. So what you are going to do instead is go back to Gemini. Now you have this particular copy this, name the file, so it can be easy for you to find. Rename on Command A, Command V, right? Rename. So you have done this. Now you just need to do what? Create a new chart. So all you need to do now is to upload file, that particular image, quickly upload that particular image. So this is that image you got that has to do with the different what's it called? So all you just need to do in this new what's it called? This new chart is to ask the AI to extract the color, extract the colors, and use and give it me as a prompt to give my AI my AI as the colors needed. So put your response in canvas. Put your response in canvas. Yeah. So here we go again. But at this point, I want to understand something. Do you guys understand why I am doing this? Right? I'm trying to extract the colors and all that, right? Because you have to provide a perfect color for your website. You don't just leave some decisions to the AI. So you can see that the AI has given me a prompt now, right? It's telling the primary color, secondary color. Now I can update this. I can update this prompt to tell the AI that please take note, take note. The client said his skin color is navy blue. So this will make him update the prompt. You see, the prompt has been updated. So even when the client, you have to still stick to the client's request that, oh, my color is navy blue. So we just pray this AI doesn't mess up things. But let's just go here. You go back to that initial chart, right? And you paste here, right? It will update this other what's it called? This other design to have section for color now. You can see it has updated it. It has updated it. So prompt engineering is something we are going to teach you. There are so many ways to navigate prompt engineering, right? There are so many ways, right? You just copy. Now, why I said give me the response in Canva is because when it's in Canva, you can actually edit it. You can edit before you copy out, right? You can edit it before you copy out. So all this, then if you needed to make further research, it's easy to copy self in Canvas. You can see I just copied everything. So what we're going to do now is to head over to Lovable. So this is our Lovable AI, right? And you just place this. Now, can you go to Lovable straight and be like, oh, Lovable, I need you to, okay, build for me a website that can handle XYZ? The answer is yes, right? The answer is totally yes. You can. So what I want to do now is to share that particular window so that we can stay focused. So I want to share that particular window. Is this it? Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Lovable is still running. So Lovable will take some time to do itself. Share this. So Lovable is currently running on the background. I'm trying to see if I can get that particular window. Okay. Seems this. Okay. So this is what I was trying to achieve so that we can stay focused. Now I can see you as much as you can see me, right? I'm currently sharing this particular window. We are done with jumping around, right? So we are just waiting for Lovable to build. So you can see building and engaging hero content. So all these Lovable will take its time to build. So what are other things we need to show you around? So when it has to do with Lovable, um, now I will need you this evening to build your first website, right? And if I'm to allow you to build your first website, I should be able to, show you around on other things you can do. The easy peasy is for instance, the first thing you should take notice, you can actually invite somebody and get a free what's it called, right? You can actually invite somebody, right? You can actually invite a lot of persons. You can see this. You can invite, a lot of persons, right? A lot of persons. So when you invite somebody and someone, uses your invite link, once they publish the project, you get, a free a free 10 points, and the person also gets a free 10 point. That's one thing. Then another thing I want to show you guys is I wouldn't be hosting this particular website outside of Lovable. So we'll just publish it on Lovable. That's use Lovable to host it, right? And it's become shareable. But now, if I was building this for a client like a client, I will not make my client know that this is Lovable. How will I do that? It's very easy to do. Like in our previous class, we did it, but time is fast spent. This is already 8:40. Under here, you can see something called sync with GitHub, right? All you just need to do is to just click on it and the project will sync with GitHub. This is still running. I wouldn't want to, distract it till it's totally done, right? Till it's totally done. So, okay, the website is ready. This is the website. So let me open it on a bigger. Yeah, I've opened it on a bigger screen. So what I need to do now is to come back here and okay, I think you can still see my screen because I shared that particular window. Can you see the new website now? Can you see the website?
Yes, I can see it.
So this is your website. You can see how it is. You can see how the website is with limited information, right? With limited information, we were able to pull this out for a client. Consider. Now you can see that even the tags are working. Services, the tags are working. Portfolio, right? Team, right? Contact us. Consider this is working. So this is just the very base of a website. This is just the very base of a website. Very easy to build. So like I was trying to tell you guys, if this was a client, like an actual client, all I needed to do was to move it out from here, connect it to my GitHub, right? From my GitHub, I will host it on Vercel, or I will host it on, what's it called? Netlify and the rest, right? And it's still very much so is that Netlify link or that GitHub link? So let me just quickly publish this so that let me quickly publish this so I can share the what's it called? The URL. So I can share the URL to everyone. So it's currently publishing, right? So you can see that Lovable just helped you to host this now, like easy peasy. But now, like I said, if I was building this for a client, I wouldn't give the person access to Lovable, like get to know that, oh, this website was built with AI, right? I wouldn't do that. What I would do is rather I will host it on, I will host it on. So you guys should check it out. I just check your chat box, check the chat box. You can see, just check the chat box. Check the chat box, you'll see it. Someone else should click the website on their own end. Someone should click the website on their own end. Can someone check if it's working at their own end? Can someone confirm? If just check the chat box, you'll see the website. And you can see something. The website is highly responsive. Even as I'm, reducing the what's it called, my screen size currently, you can see the sections, right? Um, yeah. And this website is currently looking like this. Is one of the reason is I feel our color matching is wrong, right? Our color matching is wrong. We didn't take our time to actually look at a proper color palette, right? But even at that, it's still, it's still a fair deal based on what the client gave us. The client just gave us navy blue, right? So can someone confirm the website? Okay, yes, it's working from your own end. You can unmute your mic if you need to. So it's working at your own end. So that is where we come to the end of today's class, and that's how you build website very fast. But now, like I said, what next after now, right? What next after now? We're holding a 3 weeks boot camp. We will not teach you Lovable for 3 weeks. It's not possible that will teach you Lovable for 3 weeks, right? For the next 3 weeks, what we intend doing is to teach you how to build softwares generally, starting with websites, right? To mobile, depending if you have those that have laptop, that will be like our final, final section, right? But basically, what we want to do is to teach you how to build softwares, that's building websites that really make sales for the next 3 weeks, right? The class is starting on 1st of February, that's Monday, right? The class is starting on Monday, and it will run till 21st of, that's 3 weeks. Now, these 3 weeks, we're going to be having two classes per day, per week, sorry, two classes per week. So, in that two classes per week, we're going to cover, for instance, today now we just did Lovable, right? But we have not even hosted this Lovable. Now, we'll teach you from this particular place how to link it to your GitHub, how to make it have that www dot, how to even buy domain. We'll teach you how to go to Google Host or Go54 to get a domain name, right? We'll teach you how to do all that. And beyond that, we'll also teach you now. Another thing you should take notice, Lovable is a paid service, right? Like 2 months ago, I think I paid 45,000 naira for 100 credits, right? For a project I was working, I needed to like use Lovable to go real depth, right? So beyond that particular, stuff using Lovable, will teach you how to also build without Lovable, right? For instance, when I'm building a scalable app in the sense that is an app that will be used by millions of persons. Lovable gives me an option to use their database system. What do I mean? It means that we can add authentication to the app. That means someone can sign in, sign up, right, on the app. Lovable gives you the option to do that using their own Lovable cloud, right? Some person will tell you what of using Superbase, using Firebase. That is also nice. But for me, I prefer working with scalable system. That's why most of the times what I do is I build my front end on Lovable, right? I build my front end on Lovable. When I'm done building my front end, let me quickly share my window. I think Windows will make sense here. Stop sharing this. Let me quickly share my window, my entire screen, sorry. So what I usually do is when I'm building, I come to Lovable So I come to Lovable, I build, right? I do the front end. You can see if it's this is a good front end, right? But when I'm done with building the front end, I go to other tools. There are other AI. For instance, look at this mobile tool, this mobile project I'm building. This is the desktop version of it, right? This is actually a product, full-time product, right? Now, in this kind of full-time product, I can't use Lovable to do the back end, right? There are other tools that we are still going to teach you. Take, for instance, that entire project you are seeing there now. I built it using this other AI tool. And as I'm building it, you can see my chat. I've been chatting since morning with the AI. I've been doing all that. This is a full, let me show you something. This is front end. You can see there is a back end folder here. I'm here to start working on the back end folder of it. So all these things we're going to teach you. How do you even, let's say you are being invited to work on a project as a full-time developer where you have an actual team. A different people are expected to work on the front end, a different people are going to work on the back end. What do I mean by front end? This is front end here. This area you are seeing with Lovable is front end, is what users can see, right? And a different person maybe wants to work on the logic. How do you collaborate with the person? And the entire system can still be built by the same AI, right? This particular format of building front end and back end with the same AI, it took me a full 1 year. It took me full 1 year to figure out how you can make the AI commit with both the front and the back. Beyond that, you can split the code and it will still stand, right? So all these are the things we are going to teach you for 3 solid weeks. So for 3 solid weeks, these are the things we are bringing to the table. We'll teach you how to build. So this is where you can ask your question. As regarding our registration fee, is something very small, right? Is something very small, like super small. It's something very small. And what is that single small token you are expected to pay? Because the classes you are going to be having is going to be recorded. For those that joined late, these are products by other students. Well, to cut a long chase short, the class is going to be 15,000 naira. Yes, the class is going to be 15,000 naira. And like I usually do in my live classes, now this same class you are paying 15,000 naira is the same class. Don't worry, when you come to the class, you also see other persons joining us from UK. It's the same class they are paying 30 pounds. Yes, it's the same class they are paying 30 pounds. So, but what I usually do, you can see that our marketing got over 100, almost, how many persons are on that group? I think over 50 persons on that group. And what showed up on this live class is, sorry, let me confirm this. So our 75%, yes. It was the other group that is about 100 and something, yes. So this particular group too is a total of 75% was brought into the group, and just I think 12 of you guys showed up. So for this 12 that is on this call, I'll drop the account on the chat box. Is 10,000 you're going to be paying, right? But once we end this call, what you see on the, what's it called? What you're going to see on the group is 15, right? And once this call ends, if you can't afford the 15, don't bother joining, right? Don't bother joining. At this point, I've passed the point of showing social proof if you can make money from this. But what I will tell you is that as of December 8th, yes, December 8th, 2025, that's last year, right? Like I said, my name is Ibuchulam Alexander. You can check, you can just Google it, Delta State Hackathon. You can Google it, Delta State Hackathon. Yes, my team won a total of 1.5 million naira, and the project or the product we built was done with AI. Yes, it was done with AI. We vibe coded it for 2 days, right? We were able to build a technology that is not really common. We made an AI work totally offline. It means that we got an AI system, we embedded it on a phone. You can download it into a phone, and you can off your data. The phone will be chatting without internet. That was what we demonstrated. Bro to bro, everything was done with AI, from the research to the product development to the everything. It was done with AI for what? 2 days. And that was how we made 1.5 million. And each of us went home as at few days or few weeks ago, right? When they paid us the money, 500K each, right? No stress, no stress, right? So on this call, if you are still on this call, you can register. Like I told you guys, this is a client's project. Changemakers is going live by February at max March. It's just that Ogayo is just too busy. He's in Canada. He paid more than 500,000 for this work you are seeing here. He has login, he has everything, right? So if you're an Enactus alumni, do well to reach out to me. You'll be onboarded, right? You'll be onboarded. He's shipping it out soonest. This is another project by for someone. He's a consultant, right? This is another project, an e-commerce project that we worked on, right? um these are e-commerce projects that we worked on. So AI has passed this just the way we just did this particular website we did today. This was the website we did um last week. Yes, last week webinar. This was the website we did. Why was this looking more awesome? The person on the call gave better information, right? He gave more detail. And another thing is color, right? Another thing is the coloration, the color. So if you're on this call, you can make your payment now. The call is ending in the next 5 minutes. So if you're on this call, you can make your payment. It's 10,000 naira. The account is on the chat box. Um, the account is on the chat box, right? After this call on the group, it is 15,000. It is 15,000, right? So the account is 011, that's 0311 211 958. 0311 211 958. Prosper Capital Microfinance. Prosper Capital Microfinance. Madumia Consult. So while we are waiting for people to confirm their payment and all that, if you have questions, you can ask. If you have questions about building website with AI, you can ask, please. Do we have questions? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? Any question? How to get clients? How to get clients is actually the easiest. How to get clients is actually the easiest. Now, if you have, like for instance, now you are not, this is your first time learning the tech skill, right? First, you need to build credibility, right? You need to build a portfolio around it, right? Now, one of the things our students are going to be doing is that we are going to help them work towards building their portfolio. Take, for instance, when we are done teaching you Lovable, you are expected to build, a website, a complete website, then host it. That's like adding to your portfolio. Then when we are done teaching you something like Google Stitch, we're going to, that's generating UI with Google Stitch. We're going to take it to another platform where we'll turn those UI to actual code, right? Where we'll turn those UI to actual code. And after we do that, that's like you having like two different products. So what do that tell you, or how does that transfer to money? Now you start with what? Friends and family. That's what I tell people. That's the people that can easily tolerate you, right? Start with them. You have a friend that is doing a business. Yes, we're going to teach you how to build mobile apps with AI. Yes, we're going to show you how during the last section. The AI we are going to be using for back end, right, also has the ability to build mobile apps. The AI we're going to be using for back end has the ability to build mobile apps. So all you just need to tell it, instead of telling it to build me a back end using Node.js and the rest, you just tell it to build me a mobile app using Floater. That's if you want to build with Floater, or you tell it build me a mobile app using React, right? Depending React Native, sorry, for mobile, right? Depending on your user preference, but the AI does it from beginning to end, things like that. Any other question? You can unmute your mics. I think the mics are. It's possible to unmute. Is it possible? Yeah, you can unmute your mic if you need to talk.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for this lecture. What's the duration again?
You say
I said, what's the duration of the class again?
it's a 3 weeks class. It's a 3 weeks class starting on Monday. It's a 3 weeks class. And each week you're having two classes. Each week you're having two classes. Most likely Tuesday and Thursdays. Tuesday and Thursdays. So each week you're having two classes for 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, by Sunday, there should be a what's it called? The curriculum should be fully out with the things you are expected to complete on each of the what's it called? On each of the days. Take for instance, one of the things we are going to cover is, let me clear, I don't know if this will work, but let me show you guys something here. So one of the things we are going to cover is, we're not going to teach you how to build website and it stays in the AI. This is a platform where you can buy your www whatever, right? So we are not teaching you to just know it theoretically. Most of you don't even know that there are domains you can buy for 500. Yes, there are domains you can buy for 500, right? You can even see that I just saw something there now. You can see the cheapest .com.ng domain from Nigerian award-winning domain registrar. This is 3,000 naira. But there's another domain you can buy for 500. It's called .name.ng. I think so. So .name. So each of our students is expected to like build the project, right? We'll show you how to pull out the code to GitHub. After pulling out the code to GitHub, we'll show you how to buy the domain. After you purchase your domain, because you can't tell me that money, you can't pay for a course of 15,000 and to bring out 500. If you add VAT and all these, they are small Nigerian taxes. You get it will amount to like six something. Just call it 700 naira to buy a .com name.ng, right? Such that you will have you will understand how it works. I don't know if you understand. We teach you how to make use of Versio, because sometimes when you want to have .com that's the main namespace, right? You might need to transfer your to Versio, something of that nature. We'll show you how to do all those things. So that's why it's a 3 weeks course. If it's building website is very easy with AI. It just prompts, right? It's very easy. Even Gemini itself. Look at this. This Let me share some. This is a project I'm working on. This is a standard project, like a standard project. It has both, what's it called? It has both forward slash, all those things. It has those things on it. But what I wanted to show you is that same website we built. Let me minimize, and that same website we built with Lovable. Let me go to my Lovable and copy that same prompt. If I go to Lovable and copy the same prompt out, sorry, I'm trying to get it from Lovable. Or let me even copy from Gemini. Yeah. That same prompt, you can actually build that website in Gemini. All you need to do is convert this to what is it called? Canvas. Paste that same thing, right? And give it to Gemini. Gemini will build for you the website, but it might not be as fine as Lovable, right? But now, when you even build it on Gemini, how do you bring it out of Gemini? I don't know if you understand. How do you really bring it out of Gemini and make it an actual software, right? And make it an actual software. We'll teach you how to do all those things. So at this point, once this what's it called, just finish running, I'll close this class, right?
Okay. Hello, I've been trying to transfer, but the service is going. So you can just mark my name just in case you cut the call before the price increases.
Okay, just send me a DM on my, what's it called? You can send me a DM on WhatsApp. Okay, Gemini has built their own. Can you guys see the one Gemini just built?
Yes, yes.
So you see that building website there are many ways, bro. If you don't like, you can meet, you just saw that what was it called, is 3,000. This domain now, we just saw that there's a domain here that is 3,000, right? .com.ng. I saw something of that nature not quite long here. Let this their carousel move now. Let it move. This one is .com for 15,000. But don't mind them. When you want to now pay for it, they'll tell you 17,000 before you convert 18,000 before you come out of it, depending on the name, sha. Right? Depending on the name.
Bro
But
Alex,
that okay.
bro Alex, can you hear me?
But that you said
Bro Alex, confirm the money, please. Send it.
okay. Secgen. Wait, let me
Oh,
Secgen, sir.
good day, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I
Yes.
didn't know it was you. Like I was back until I heard your voice. Okay.
Yeah, I sent it. Confirm, please.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot.
Okay,
I've
sir.
seen it.
Thank you.
Okay.
The classes are for how many hours and what time schedule will it be?
Okay. The classes, the thing there is GMTs. Okay. The classes are meant to be 8 to minimum. Now it depends. What I do is because the classes is Nigeria, UK. What we do is we first have to know how many UK onboarded. UK is currently 1 hour behind us. Then the Nigerians are onboarded. By Sunday, we'll have a pool. Whether you guys will prefer that as the Nigerians for it to be 7 till 8, or you guys will prefer it to be what's it called, 8 to 9, right? But most times, I won't lie to you, the classes stays 8 to 9:30. That's 1 hour 30 minutes. Most times, minimum 1 hour. Sometimes we get to 2 hours. For instance, if we are trying to host the website, right, and everybody is saying, I don't understand. How did you or how did you not? You see that a class that is portioned for 1 hour 30 minutes might end up shooting into 2 hours. But the max we can go is 2 hours, which is if we start by 8, the max we can go is 10, right? But most times it is 8 to 9:30, 8 to 9:30, 8 to 9:30. But now, if you are currently, maybe you are at work or something, you miss the class. After the class, by the next day, the video must have been edited and sent to the drive, right? So we work with Drive. Now, when we are working with Drive, for instance, we have a section called, we work with Drive and what's it called? Google Doc. We'll have a section called templates, right? So like this, let me go back to this. You can see this one that Gemini just built for us. Look at Gemini has built their own, right? So this one now that we just built with Gemini and that one we built with Lovable, they were the same, what was it called? They were the same prompts. So what we usually do is we have a place whereby when we generate a prompt during class, we also paste it for the students to try out. So a student can decide to use Gemini to generate their code. Another student can decide to use what's it called, Google Stitch to generate their own. Another one can decide to use even Google AI Studio. So there are many ways. But one thing we're certain is that we will show you guys at least 4 platforms where you can build your website, right? And these 4 platforms we're going to show you guys. Lovable is just like the least, is like the least, like very least, right? And Lovable is the only one that really involved money. For instance, if I didn't tell you guys now, some persons might not know that you can use Gemini to build their website. All you just need to do is to turn on the Canva. But when you build it this way now, right, you need to take this code, right, turn it into a file, things like that, and continue from there. So there are ways to handle this, right? There are ways to handle this. So at this point, I'll be ending this call. Please, the person um, that said he was having issues paying, um, please DM me before the call ends, or DM me as soon as possible. For every other person, thank you for attending today's webinar. And if you are still interested in the class, the fee is 15,000, right? The fee is 15,000, right? People in UK are paying 30 pounds. 30 pounds, that's how much? That's like 60K for the same course, right? So,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Hope there won't be special preferences since the value tax and all of that's
No,
different.
no, no. It's the same. It's the same. What was it called? It's the same. It's the same group. The same everything. Everything is going to be the same, right?
Okay.
The only thing is just that someone in UK might be joining. Is their if our time is 8, their time is 7, right? So that's just it.
Okay. Thank you.
But there will not be anybody. If you're in Nigeria, you join me back. Oh. If you're in UK, you join me back. Right? It's just our pricing system. Take for instance, in Nigeria here, Coke is sold for 500 naira, right? For 400 naira a bottle of Coke, right? But in UK, in US, Coke is sold less than $1, right? Okay. Coke just made payment too. So Coke is sold less than is sold like how much is Coke? Sorry, just give me one. Price of Coke in US. Let me show you guys something. Gemini. So this is one of advantage of attending our classes. You learn other things that goes beyond the. Where's my Gemini? Okay, it's even where I'm sharing my screen. Let me show you guys something. Price of Coke. Is it $21 or something? Price of Coke. Price of Coke in US. In US. Okay, look at it. Price of Coke. Coke is sold in some places $7.2. Are you seeing it? Coke is sold some places $7.2, while in Nigeria is sold for 500 naira, 400 naira. Even in the least, what was it called? 2-liter bottle, just called is 1 point something dollar, right? So for somebody, the person will be like, Coke is more expensive in US than Nigeria. Is a lie. Look at something again. Per capital income. Hmm. Are you seeing per capita income in US? $92,000, my brother. Per just watch you per capita income in Nigeria. Let me show you something. What is your per capita? Are you seeing it? Minimum wage is 75,000. In fact, let's ask minimum wage in US, national minimum wage in US. Let me show you. This is per hour. So they look at what was it called? it's showing us per hour, but let's say minimum wage in US for a month. Month. Sorry. Okay, US calculate per hour. They don't. I wanted it to do the calculation for us, like times it. Okay, look at it here. Around 4,000. Like this, like way, way, way. You are way, way low. I don't know if you understand. $4,000. $1,000 is 1.450. So $2,000 is 2,990,900,000, right? So 2,900,000 times it by 2 is almost 5.8. 5.8 million is like your minimum wage in US, while in Nigeria it is 70,000 naira. So you see that when we charge someone in UK £30, and when we charge someone in Nigeria, and what was it called? 15,000 naira, is just economic logic, right? So this is one of the lessons you must have learned, or one of the lessons you should know, that now when you start building websites, a website you charge in Nigerian 300,000, you can charge someone outside 1.5. I don't know if you understand. You can charge someone outside 1.5, right? So all these things are techniques you can, you can use. I have an assignment I'm currently doing for somebody in UK, right? The first batch of the two assignment that we did was £200. And if it involved writing though. Now his main project, right, is around 450. I'm looking at charging him. He agreed to pay 200 for the first two that were just normal assignments, pre thesis and all that, right? But that same thing, if you want to charge it to somebody in Nigeria, they will not agree to pay you above 150,000. But that's what you are charging somebody almost 500, right? The same service, the same time. So different economics, like different country will have different pricing rates. So it's the same. If you just know this, you treat everybody equally, right? And that's why, what is it called? The webinar course for people in UK and people in Nigeria, they are different. Like UK is holding their own tomorrow. Nigeria had their first one last week. This is their second one. They are holding it this week. Tomorrow, UK people are holding their own. So all these are techniques that you should, have on your toolbox. So have a good night rest, everyone. It's really nice having this call with us, right? Have a good night rest. So at this point, I'll be ending the call. Thank you so much for attending.